Hello and welcome back to the Long Dark. In our last video, we moved some of the stuff up to the abandoned mine, and on the way back, we killed a wolf, which was kind of nice because now we have this nice wolf skin that we can use to repair our jacket and stuff. That coat that we have in storage. Let's drink a little bit. Okay. And then we'll go in here and we'll grab out some of this meat here. And we'll eat some of this. And we'll eat some of this. Okay. Okay, we've got 10 hours of daylight left. Let's take a look at what we're carrying right now. Okay. We've got these, alright, let's take this one's been cleared out. Not yet. Let's transfer all of that. Okay, this stuff is staying. For here, we want to move all of our stuff. Wow. Okay. Let's move all the medical stuff. We will include that and this and this. That's medicine too. And there's some more. Okay, we've got 90 pounds of stuff. I'm also going to leave some stuff behind. Namely, I'm going to leave behind the can opener, the pry bar, the simple tools, the magnifying lens, the sewing kit. These are all things that we're not going to use up there. Okay. So let's make a run. Now, we're at an advantage right now because the wolf that is normally between us and the mine is dead. So, until another one shows up. We're actually okay. Okay, so I can run a little bit. But I think I'm gonna... I think I'm just gonna walk it. I believe there's a wolf over here somewhere. But, for now we're just gonna mosey our way up this hill. Head back up to the mine. And then drop this stuff off, head back, and then grab some more stuff. We've got 10 hours of daylight, assuming it doesn't, storm or anything. So hopefully by today we should be able to move all of the stuff over. I'm hopeful. Now once we get it into the mine, once we get it into the mine, we may end up moving it through the mine, but I think all in all, it's going to take a little while to move it through the mine. So we may leave caches of stuff behind in the mine, but we'll see what happens. It goes down to a cave, I think. But we're actually looking for the mine. My hope is that once we get back to the coastal highway, I know there's a cache of stuff at the gas station that we left there, and I think most of the stuff that's there was stuff that doesn't degrade. I know there's a jerry can there, and I'm sure there's other stuff there too. In addition, I think there might actually be some other stuff up on the house in Jackrabbit Island. And that stuff is all, I think that's, non-perishable stuff too. Hopefully. There might have been some food in there that just, it's been over, it's been months since I've been there, so any food that got stored there is probably gone. But okay. Heading up that hill. Now I haven't fully figured out the maze through the mine thing. But once we figure out a trail through there, it should be easier to move stuff through. The only other problem is that when we get out of the mine, the first, the closest place to store stuff is the fire tower. And I'm not even sure that has a lot of storage space anyway. So we may have to cannibalize some stuff before we go through the mine here. Also, we may have to use up some more of our resources, and convert them into things like fishing hooks and, other stuff just to get the weight down. Because right now, this is not a very convenient way of moving around. But for a lot of that stuff, we're going to need a workbench, and I don't feel like going back to the farmhouse with all the stuff. So we'll find the workbench in the mine and we'll use that. I don't believe that there's any animals in the mine. I didn't see any on the way through. But we'll find out, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. there's the book. Oops. That doesn't look too good. Something tells me that that's not right. Okay. Now I'm using up one of the flares. I think we went this way. I'm using up one of the flares because I can use a burned out flare later as a marker. Where did that... Oh, maybe I went the other way. I did, I went the other way. I dropped off the stuff up there. Let's go back. And then I fell off and came back up this way. So, let's head back up here. Go down this way. Someplace down here. Yeah. There's the middle container. Okay. So let's drop off some more stuff in here. All transfer. Keep all the bandages. Painkillers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer those. Okay. Drop all of that into there. We're going to move all of the... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we're at a weight already. Okay, so let's move the gut up. Okay, let's see. Down here. If we can figure out which way the get out and run, which way the workbench is.
Never know. Could end up being useful.
There it is. Okay, here's the workbench. So let's drop all the workbench stuff in here. That would be all the rabbit pelts. That would be the 2 guts. That would be at least one of the reclaimed woods. 2 scrap metals. And the wolf belt. I guess I'm going to put the mushrooms, because that's not going to stay in the other one. And actually, oh, it says searched. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff in here. Okay, the rest of that stuff can stay in there. Okay. Now we're going to figure out how we got here. So right here, I've already put a burned out torch right here. Okay, make a left at the burned out torch. run down this path. Let's gather everything out of that. Yeah. Okay, let's gather everything out of here. Okay. Oh, we're moving slow. Let's jump down here. And let's head back to those lockers and put all the stuff into there. Okay, there's our torch to the left. Okay, this, yeah, there it is. There's a workbench. Okay, so let's take a look at all the medical supplies. Should go into here. Transfer. Okay. And let's drop all of this stuff in here. Let's put all the supply stuff into this one. So all the tools that we're not using. That would be all the fire strikers. That would be... Whoops. Actually... Gosh, darn it. I accidentally took my flare. How do I tell which one it is? Oh my gosh. Alright. Let's go with this. Here's the locker. Right? Okay. Let's drop all the flares in here. Including the dead one. And then we'll light the flare and it'll be that one. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. We've got the pry bar, that should go in there. We've got a whole bunch of sewing kits. I want to keep the worst lantern. And then all the torches can go in there too. And all of the good matches. Okay, food, clothing, medical supplies, that's it. Okay, now I can use up all these matches because they're all degrading, so I might as well use them. can save the flares and stuff for... Oh, I found that rather easily. I can save the flares and stuff for later. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with our hunger and thirst in just a little bit, but... Oh, there we go. Rifles back out. Okay. Let's deal with some hunger and thirst right now. Okay. Now we come back out here. And we'll head back down the mountain and do it again. Okay, probably don't want to run down here. That's a deer down there. Okay, turn the corner. It's a very odd effect. You'll notice as I'm walking around and I'm walking up to trees, it's very hard to see it from here, but you can see it before when I was walking down the hill, like the shadows were basically drawing themselves in as I approached. See, if you look over there, you can see a little bit of it happening off to the left. You'll notice the trees further out don't have shadows. And, well, they're just popping in right now. But some of them, see that they're drawing in at a certain shadow drawing distance. Which I'm not actually sure if I can. How many hours of sunlight do we have left? 6 hours of sunlight left, okay. What's our fatigue? Our fatigue is getting pretty high. Okay, right now we are kind of unencumbered, but if the fatigue goes up, our encumbrance will start going up drastically because the weight allowance that we're allowed to carry before we get encumbered will, of course, drop. So we may, with 6 hours left, we may want to rest for an hour or two before we carry the next load. Okay, we're back in the roll store. Now, we talked about cannibalizing some stuff, and yeah, our fatigue is up a little bit. Let's check the locker for some food. going to have to cannibalize some stuff. Why not? Okay, let's transfer all the water over. And all the coffee and the herbal tea. We'll take our tools back and stuff. Let's take the canned food. Because it's, canned food. Okay, that MRE is quite useful. Can we take the rest of this stuff? I think we can take the rest of this stuff, but for right now, here's the bedroll. Let's rest for 2 hours. Okay. Now if I look, my fatigue is down. But my, it's cold. Okay, let's eat the pinnacle peaches. Okay. Now, drink some water. Okay. Now, it has the question marks, which means that it's foggy outside right now. Because I don't hear the wind blowing yet. Okay, so if I grab the rest of this stuff, this is all of our food. Okay, gonna leave the rest of the food here. Now let's take a look at this. We've got all the supplies plus the extra boots and stuff. So here's what I want to do. This is 8.8 pounds. This is 4.4. I think I want to keep this, and I want to ditch that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this. I'm going to take these two things too, as well. And then we're going to move across all of this stuff. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of weight. That's 98 pounds. Wow. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We'll spend a little bit of time breaking some of this stuff down. Okay, wow. Wow. I don't have rabbit pelts with me. And I don't have the wolf pelt with me. Okay. So can I repair this. Is it worth repairing that? Well, either I repair that. That's my extra pair of boots. But I think I can make a new one. So let's harvest this. I'm trying to cut down on the weight issue right here. So I'm going to wear this. These. Can we harvest these? Or we can harvest them for leather. We have so many rabbit skins. That we are carrying around. Okay, so let's wear that. 80, 85, 90, 92. Let's eat. Let's just get rid of this dog food. It's disgusting, but it's food. Alright. These are 150. They never degrade, though. That's the beautiful part about this. And the coffee and the tea doesn't degrade either, which is kind of nice. Okay, let's drink some water. Okay, let's see what else we've got in here. I don't want to refuel that with that. So, let's see what else we've got. I'm running a little low on gut. That may be a problem in the future. 7 is 1.5. That's about the same. Okay. I've got 10 hours of darkness left. Our fatigue level's up. 96 days. Let's sleep. Hours. Okay, thirst and hunger are up. Sounds like blizzard time out there. Okay, let's drink some water. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's hours. Okay. Let's pick up the bedroll. Let's take a look at the bedroll right now. It's at 66%. 2.2 pounds. This is 8.8 pounds. Wow. But it's so warm. Thinking about chopping that up. But I don't think so. Let's drink and eat. Okay. Let's go. definitely not running with this building stuff. Looks like a really nice morning. It's a little cold, but not too bad.
What do you know? Looks like I survived another night.
Mm-hmm. It's becoming a common theme now. We're at 97 days now? Oh, almost. You see how the shadows are building? That's what I'm talking about. There's sort of... There's a shadow draw distance that's sort of happening, and I'm wondering if that's supposed to happen that way, or if that's a bug. I'll find out. And, you know, for all I know, it could be my settings too, but we've got this on Ultra right now. So I'll have to see. But that may be by design, I don't know. You know, to tell the truth, I didn't actually notice it until coming down the hill from the mine last time, so... Okay. Heading up here. I'm still a little paranoid about this wolf area here and here, because I'm not sure exactly when they respawn, so... So, it actually looks like a pretty nice day out today. Yeah, we're struggling along with this pack. It's 100 pounds. That's some serious pack weight we're carrying. Like I said, we're definitely not running anywhere. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference if I hit the sprint button or not. Okay, so once we move this pile of stuff, the only thing that's left is the food. And quite honestly, there's not a whole lot of that left, which is a little scary. But I'm kind of hoping that when we get into the coastal highway, we'll find more food. Or we'll just hunt deer and wolves, and we'll do some fishing too, because there's more fishing opportunities there for sure. And we have all of that gear that we haven't used yet. We are going to have to hunt deer and wolves, though, for the gun. Okay, so once we get to the top here... You know, it'd be hilarious if I came walking around the corner and there was a bear there. Because let me tell you, I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have a chance of outrunning or even moving fast enough to avoid a bear. So let's hope that that doesn't exactly happen here. I don't think that a bear spawns up here, but I didn't think that a bear spawned by the by the farmhouse, and it does. Or maybe it got attracted to the farmhouse. I don't know. I'm not really sure, because definitely there wasn't a bear there for a long time, and then suddenly there was. And I wonder if it, like, you know, smelled all the good stuff that was going on at the farmhouse, you know, cooking all the meat over the fire and stuff, and got hungry and decided to investigate. There is some talk about putting in more animals into the game. We'll see what happens. They are definitely still expanding the game. Alright, so here we go. It's into the abandoned mine. Okay, I could put the rifle away for right now. Until it gets really dark, and then I'll strike a match. Now if I go to the left, down this way, I can get on that platform. Oops. Which is down here someplace. There it is. And then just pop down over here. And coming up here, I make the left. Whoops. I must have missed a turn. There it is. And I just continue around to the left. There's the barrel, there's the workbench. And here's the locker. Okay, what's in this locker again? This is all the tools. So, for now, stick the bed, stick this bedroll in there. The fishing tackle can go in there. The pry bar can go in there. The lantern fuel can go in there. I think that's about it. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's eat and drink a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. finish that off too. Drink. Now, the problem that we're going to have is that the water that we're carrying right now is the only water that we have. So let's keep going. Oops. I think we missed the stairs. Yeah, we did. Okay. There's the stairs going up. Okay. Should be able to find our way out now with the light coming from the tunnel. Here we go. Oh, I love how they did this. Okay. Now, what do we have in terms of... We're still weighed down a little bit. Oh, crap. Really? I forgot to... I got an idea. So right now, we'll put it down in the little bucket down here. This one right here. Okay. So here's all of our stuff. Transfer. Transfer the gut and the cloth. We'll keep the reclaimed wood with us. Okay. Now we can head back. I don't suggest doing this in real life, running through a mine with just a match to see by. But we got away with it. So, all right, let's head back out into Pleasant Valley. Head down to get the rest of the food. We will probably need to boil some water, melt some snow, boil some water while we're down there. So it may take another day before we get up here. But let's mosey on down to the, let's not run down this hill. Let's head back to the store. Yeah, see it's drawing in the shadows. I'm not really sure if that's what they want to do, or if... I understand why they're trying to do that, because the shadows are going to, add to the, shadows are going to add to the hit that the computer takes for rendering stuff. But what I'm wondering is if they can't pop them in, as they get within range, you pop it in, or if once you get within range, it fades in, which would be ideal. But I'm not sure if that's that may be, GPU intensive as well, so I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing, and it's funny that I just noticed it right now. See it? But they just recently changed to Unity 5 too, so it might be something to do with that too. I don't know. Okay, it is windy out here. And the wind is blowing this way. Let's see if there's a wolf over there. I don't see a wolf over there. So let's run across the bridge. Head back into here. Okay. Let's open this up. Take the rest of this. That one's empty. This one's searched. Let's take the extra flare. And these two just in case. I don't think we're coming back here, though. Okay, there's 9 hours of daylight left. So here's what I want to do. I want to step outside the door. Forage for a little bit of wood. Okay. So just about an hour. Okay, now we're encumbered. Wow, that just does not look too good. Use that tinder plug that we just got. Okay, we're starting up the fire. We basically want to cook some water. Oh boy. Huh, it just went from 57 to 9. Okay. Back in the grocery store. Fatigue and hunger and thirst are all up. So, let's drink some. Let's eat the can of dog food. Okay. Let's eat some more stuff. Put some beef jerky. this to finish this off. Okay. We are now. Oops. Drink a little bit more. Okay, we are now. We're stuck in here. So. Okay, got 4 hours left. Let's try to hoof it back up the hill. I suppose realistically, and I'll probably end up doing this the next time that I play, but realistically, starting at Mystery Lake would have been easier to clear out Mystery Lake first, then go to the Coastal Highway, and then come here as opposed to rushing here, but we did want to see the transition zones. Snow is starting to fall gently so far. Let's cross the top of this hill. I'm a little concerned that there might be a wolf up here. Ha! Wow, can I call it or can I call it? That concern is justified. Well, here's another several days worth of food. Or at least a day worth of food. But I would rather save my bullets for the next zone as opposed to carrying his meat and guts and everything else over to that zone. So we're going to avoid him for right now. Oh, that's quite a bit of a drop. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's go around this side then. Oh my goodness, I thought that was a wolf or a bear. Instead it was just a fallen tree. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm going to head back up here. I think we may end up doing a lot of fishing on the lakes in Coastal Highway. So I think we can support several fishing gears. We've already got a bunch. and if we use those up, we still have more supplies for more. Definitely have tons, and I do mean tons of scrap metal. The thing that we're running a little low on right now is food. But that's okay. Once we get over to that zone, sure we're going to run into a couple of wolves. Sure we're going to run into a wolf with a deer there. And I'm sure that we'll be able to do some fishing. It's the abandoned mine. Okay, and that is it. We'll wave goodbye to Pleasant Valley. We'll head into the mines of Moria. No, they're not actually the mines of Moria, but okay, we're going to go this way. Oops. Alright, let's pull everything out of here. Oh my goodness, 95. Alright. Cuban to the left. We are heading up. I found out, by the way, for those that are wondering, that hatches are spawns. So that hatch that I found may not necessarily be in your game. What is in here again? Let's take this stuff. Okay, this is the empty locker. The empty locker is going to get the food. So let's put these guys in there. Let's put this in there. Let's put 50% of the water in there. So, okay. This one has all of the supplies and equipment and stuff. So let's put in all of that other stuff that we were supposed to before. So all the cloth, all the gut, all the leather. We will put that wood in there for now because, okay. Now if I look, hunger and thirst are up. So what we're going to do is we're going to drink. And we're going to eat a little bit. Okay. And that is our fatigue right now. Strike a match. We pull out our bedroll. Okay. And now we're going to sleep for, probably 8 hours and then 4 hours. That'll be the end of this video. We've transferred all the stuff into the mine. Now we just have to get through the mine. But we'll do that on the next playthrough. So, let's eat a little bit. Okay, let's drink some. Okay. we're actually going to stop here. It doesn't matter how many hours of darkness are left because we're in a mine. It's always dark in here. So, so we're going to end this right here. Let me sleep for an extra hour. And that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Hope you've had fun. And I will see you in the next video.